how do you proactively protect yourself in partnerships? And then how do you analyze a deal that's on the courthouse steps? Because I know they don't give you the ability to do a whole lot, but how do you structure these deals to protect yourself when you do decide to partner with somebody? And then again, what do you look for in a deal that you're like, okay, let's go ahead and take that down?
Well, this goes back to something that you said earlier, and that's why I am blessed that I actually did decide to become a realtor because we're in tune with law, right? So even if I'm writing a contract on the behalf of my LLC, I still have to disclose that I'm a real estate agent, right?
Right.
But it's you know what I mean? You can structure everything a little bit differently, and everything just has to be contractually agreed on before you go to the next step. Because when it comes to partnering and having like JV agreements and stuff like that,
Right.
if it's not someone that you've consistently dealt with and done at least 3 to 5 deals with this person,
Right.
then you can't really take someone's word for it. You know what I mean? I mean, we in a business where I would love to take your word for it,
Yeah.
but we know how the reality of this business works. And if it's not in contract, it doesn't exist. So everything has to be disclosed. And like we go back to transparency. I mean, you have to disclose that you're a licensed agent. You have to kind of disclose your intentions. You know what I mean? And that's what comes into place with wholesaling, that a lot of people are messing up the game by being greedy and not analyzing deals, right? Because you could easily make a 3 to 5 grand off a quick situation. But the problem is they didn't analyze the deal. They want to make 20 grand, you know what I mean? And get the seller exactly what they want. So they just put a number out there, got it under contract,
Yeah.
put 20 grand on it, and then basically put it on Facebook and think that someone's seen that it was a legitimate opportunity. So that kind of stuff is actually sabotaging the game, where it's just like, if you be transparent with a person, they're not going to mind if you make, 5 grand, 7 grand off of helping everyone get what they want to get. You know what I mean? But when you're trying to make 20 grand, 30 grand,
Yeah.
anybody that's not a fool going to look and say, okay, so it was more meat on the bone that I didn't know about. You
Right.
know what I mean? And that's when things get tricky. So if you got a situation like that where you making that kind of money, you need to double close. It is no if, ands, or buts. It is not no, hey man, let me try to assign this, and then the seller see you making X amount, and then it's like, so I don't even try to do business like that, man, because I don't feel like, I want everyone to feel happy with the experience, because as you know, we're building a lifelong business. So when something else comes up, I want them to call me. I want them to remember the time
Yep.
that I took a little bit less to make everybody happy. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to keep me in business for the next 10 or 20 years.
And I think that's key, man, because, as a real estate agent, and you probably know this, you've heard this as well, there's a little bit of button heads between licensed professionals and unlicensed investors, wholesalers, things of that nature. But for me, I love working with wholesalers because, for one, they bring me deals. Part of the benefit of this podcast is folks, if you have deals, I invest in Georgia and South Carolina. So if you got some off-market deals, holler at me. I'd love to see how we can make those work. But I think that it's important to be very, very transparent with the real estate investor, find out what's important to them, what's in their buy box, and can make those connections, And when you do that, you make those connections, now you can, get your 3%, whatever the case is. And it turns into a win-win-win. If they pass on a particular deal, it may be something you directly want to take down. But either way, if you're doing your own direct, outreach to clients and whatnot, or homeowners, and you see something, again, that disclosure, I've found it lends more to my credibility. The person is more interested talking to me, knowing that they're talking to a licensed professional, because it's assumed that I'm going to go about it the right way from an integrity standpoint. And they know it's not going to be, just some random Joe Schmo calling them from the Philippines, asking if
Right.
they're ready to sell their house. They're talking to someone who's in their community, again, because I'm the neighborhood realtor for every neighborhood in Georgia.
Yes,
But,
sir. Yes, sir.
but I can, even if it isn't an opportunity where it's a good wholesale, it may in the future become a listing. It may in the future turn into some other opportunity. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
And to your credit, Marvin, I mean, I have, even last year, I have been in situations that I approached it as a wholesale opportunity and genuinely connected with the person where I wanted to partner with them and help them.
Wow.
So it would start off as a wholesale and then ended up with me helping them buy a house and helping them list their house because of the genuineness in that relationship, where it's like, I want us to work together. Like, I want to represent you. So no one that's trying to pull a woo wop on you, you know what I mean, is able to do that. So I think that that's what I just mean by keeping the opportunity open and not forcing a particular situation, because I ended up still putting the house on the market and selling it to an investor. You know what I mean? That I ended up I think I almost got double commission on that deal because of the, so it was like it still worked out, and it goes back to me saying just living up to your higher calling and not just doing it for, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, chasing money gonna get old. We all need money. We get it. You know what I mean? But it's things that you can't put a price on. You know what I mean? Helping people, getting that time with your family, creating memories. Like, it's, you make money to do the things that you can't really put a price on.
Yeah, no, time freedom, man, time freedom. Now, and I want to ask you here, and if you're enjoying the podcast, hit the thumbs up button if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, be sure to leave us a 5-star review. It's greatly appreciated. If you are another real estate agent and you want to learn the tips and strategies from people like Deontay, people like myself, I'm going to put all of Deontay's information in the description of this video and in the show notes of this podcast. I'm sure, Deontay, you'd be more than happy to educate any agent that's interested in maybe joining up to learn more about the tips and strategies that are helping you continue to build your family's legacy through tax lien investing and things of that nature. So I'm excited, man, to continue to learn and nurture and network with people such as yourself, man, because you killing it, man. I'll be honest with you, killing it, brother. So.
Likewise. No, man, I appreciate you, and I feel like this only the beginning, Marvin, man. I honestly been thinking about doing some kind of meetup, be looking to learn a little bit more, you know what I mean? Something where we can, go kick the bobo and talk business, and you know what I mean? So I've been thinking about that for a while now. It's been the last month of school, it get hectic with award ceremonies, and then Mother's Day just smacked in between there somewhere. So,
Yes, sir. Hey, if you made it this far in the video and you are a real estate professional, consider partnering with me here at Real Brokerage. Pay nothing per month, get a fantastic split, and you have the opportunity to build a business through revenue share and stock purchases. Book a call at the link below in today's video, and I'm happy to have a conversation on why I was able to grow my business exponentially by moving my practice to Real Brokerage.